Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Sunday. It is February 7th. February 7th, 2021. Super Bowl Sunday, obviously. And so, I wanted to, before I get into the topic, before I get into the topic, I want to remind everybody I'm still going to be live streaming tonight, 8 p.m., just like normal. You never know, Super Bowl could be a blowout by that point at halftime, so you never know what's going to happen there. But anyway, so just, I still plan on live streaming tonight, so I would ask you all to join me then. You can always have that game on in the background, on mute, watching the game, and listening to me. So, but anyway, yeah, I still will be live streaming tonight at 8 p.m., so I would just ask you all to join me then. Soxy, I'm trying to make a video. I know, it's terrible. And you're not getting your attention. I know. Alright, so let's get into the topic of this video. Fear is not the enemy. Being afraid is actually a very healthy thing. The enemy is panic. Absolutely, the enemy is panic. That mindless running around like a chicken with your head cut off, not having any kind of a plan, not knowing what you're going to do. And there's a fine line, obviously. A lot of you out there, and I'm going to try to use a couple of examples. I can remember being in situations where, and we'll use a fight for an example. You get in a situation, and all of a sudden the thing's escalated to a point where, like, you have to make a decision. And being afraid, I can't ever remember once not having some level of fear in those type of situations in my life with being in a fight. Now, I may have not outwardly shown fear. Okay, because, being a man, you can't show fear. Fear is weakness, right? But subconsciously, there's some level of fear. And you have to make a decision at that point. How am I going to react to this situation? What am I going to do? You've tried everything you possibly could do to get out of the situation. It's not going to happen. It's that fight or flight time. And you need to make a decision. Are you running or are you fighting? I don't remember ever really running. I've always been I don't panic in any situation. Anything that happens, I don't panic. I deal with the situation, and that's it. And here's the funny thing, and I'll use this as a really good example. So, I've been in situations where the odds are not good in my favor. Not good at all in my favor. And my thing was always, I'd look for the biggest guy or the leader. Always look for the leader. And take that leader out first. I'm going to throw the first blow. I'm going to be the one that initiates the action. Because I know if I wait for them to initiate the action, now I'm on the defensive. Okay? Being on the offensive, they're not expecting that, especially if the odds are in their favor. So, once you take that leader out, excuse me, a lot of times the rest of the group they melt away. Now, for me personally, what would always happen in a situation, I'm thinking of one situation. We were, I'll tell you the story. We were at a movie theater. This is back in 1988, so I am absolutely dating myself with this story. My little brother was on crutches with a broken leg. He had a buddy of his that was 110 pounds soaking wet. They were both 4 years younger than I was. So in 88, I was 23. So they were both like 19. So we had gone to the movies. We had a 12-pack. We each drank 4 beers before the movie. Went in, watched the movie. Movie was called Running Man. Guys, again, I'm dating myself with that one. So we saw the movie Running Man. And we'd had some words with some people in the theater. just young punk testosterone type of nonsense. So we get out of the theater and we were like looking, are they around? Didn't see him. So we're walking to my car. And I'm like, the heck with it, let's get out of here. So we're walking to my car. And my little brother says, hey, that group of people over there are staring at us. And I'm like, who cares? We walk back to the car. We get to my car. And he says, they're still staring. And I turn around and I go, me being me, you got a problem with something? Well, apparently they did. Because I had 4 guys and a chick come at us with beer bottles. Empty beer bottles. Well, I'm looking at the odds now. Basically, realistically, it's 5-on-1. Because my brother couldn't do nothing. He's on crutches with a broken leg. I mean, how good is he in a fight? Okay. The other guy, like I said, was 110 pounds soaking wet. So I knew I was on my own. So I used to always carry a billy club back in those days. I've upgraded to a baseball bat because that's what the police told me to carry in my car after this incident. So I pull out my billy club, and it was a PVC pipe, plastic pipe that was about that big, about that diameter. And I had packed it full of dirt and taken black electrical tape and wrapped it up. It was pretty hefty. And I was holding it down, this way, holding it down. And I'll tell you what, I was scared. I was scared because I knew we were in big, big trouble. And I was like, listen, I go, well, no problems. We're just going to get in the car and we're going to go. And one of the guys goes, you ain't going anywhere. So I know it's on, okay? So that panic is there, like, oh crap, what am I going to do? Or that fear, I should say, because I never panicked in that situation. I just dealt with it. But every instinct is like, the fear is unbelievable in that type of a situation. And so what happened was the leader, the biggest guy of the group, kept coming closer and closer to me. And he kept going, you ain't going to do nothing. You ain't going to do nothing. And I'll never ever forget this as long as I live. I remember in my brain going, should I hit this MF? And as soon as my brain said, yes, you should, my arm reacted. And I came from a lower position here, and I came up, because I'm left-handed. I came up, and I caught him on the side of the head. And I hit him as hard as I possibly could. I mean, I'll never forget that. I hit him I found out later, I took out 2 of his molars. Now think about how hard your molars on the side of your face here, how hard you have to get hit to lose your molars, okay? So he goes down in a heap. And it's weird because this has always been the way I react to things. That fear, as soon as that initial blow is enacted, the fear is completely gone. Then it's just that flipping that switch. And then I knew he was out of the picture. I knew he was done. So I stood in front of the car and I went, all right, who's next? Now there's no more fear. I have no fear. I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm going to do what I have to do because I'm not going to get hurt. And they had, backed off, and the girl came running at me. And I remember going, I'm going to have to take her out because I can't let her get on me, and then the other guys would have been there and then I'd have been done. So I raised that billy club back up like this, and she saw that, and she knew I was not playing, and she veered off and went to him, the guy that was down. I guess that must have been her boyfriend, because he was screaming in pain. And at that point, I looked over my shoulder and I saw my brother, and I told him, I go, get in the car. I backed up because the other guys had backed off. They wanted no part of it at that point. And so I jumped in the car, and fired the car up, and my brother goes, they're in front of the car. I'll never forget, I went, they'll get out of the way. And I dropped it into drive, and we got out of there. But real bad situation. And it's how you deal with those type of situations that make the difference. So panicking results in nothing. Fear can be very, very healthy. Fear can, you can have that healthy fear and make the right decisions and enact and move and do what you got to do. In any type of situation, especially, in a post-event, and when I say a post-event, could be earthquake, avalanche, flood, mudslide, forest fire. If you panic, that could be your death. Panic is not your friend. Panic is the enemy. Being afraid and having that healthy fear is a good thing, because that's going to motivate you to get moving. Okay, this is what we got to do. Let's go. Okay, especially you're in a forest fire, you better react and get going and have a plan, and stuff like that. And hopefully, in any situation you have a plan. But how you react when the situation happens is critical. If you panic, you're as good as dead in a situation, especially if it's a life and death type of situation. But if you just act and do what you have to do, it is amazing, how things come together, and you just do it. And I've had people say to me before, how did you another good example. So Becky and I had gone down to my buddy Eric's retreat, in another state. And so we had gone down there, and we were having a steak dinner. So it was me and my sister, my buddy Eric, his son was there, and I think there was one other guy at that point, that first night that we were there. And we're all having a steak dinner. And Becky stood up, and I think I told you guys this story before, but Becky stood up and she comes to me and she goes like this. And I knew exactly, instantly, what she was choking. So I stood up, spun her around, used the Heimlich maneuver on her twice. The second time she spit it out. I go, "Are you okay?" And she goes, "Yeah, it came out." And I said, "Okay." And I sat back down and I continued to eat. You can't panic in those situations. You have to act. And I'll never forget, like Eric, he looked at me and goes, "Was that for real?" And I'm like, "Yeah." But the thing is, now, I've never used a Heimlich maneuver before that day, ever. I know how to do it. I was trained how to do it. But there's no room for panic. You can't be like, "Oh my God, you're choking, ah!" You just deal with it. You just deal with the situation. You make sure everything is good, everybody is safe, and then you go on. That's just the way it is. But that's always the way I've been. I've always been in a crisis, in those type of situations. I remain, it may appear calm. Internally, I could be 100 million different things going on internally. But I deal with the situation. I'll have time to think, reprocess it afterwards. But when the event is happening, I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to take care of business. We need to have that type of mindset as preppers, as off-gridders. And hello, I know, I see you. Yes. We really need to have that mindset as preppers. It's when the time comes, we need to act. Okay? We don't need to react. We don't need to panic. Again, panic is not your friend. Panicking is not. If you find yourself panicking, cat hair. Okay, enough. If you ever find yourself in a situation and you realize, holy crap, I'm panicking. Okay, deep breaths. Take a couple minutes. Or not a minute, a couple seconds. Deep breaths. Refocus. That's all you got to do. Refocus. Okay. Relax. Say to yourself, what do I do? What do I need to do? And it literally, you can refocus yourself that quickly. But running around in a panic state of mind does no good for anybody else. Because people are going to look for somebody to take charge of that situation. They're going to follow that person that is, an outward appearance is cool, calm, and collected. Okay? You could be panicking on the inside. You could be going crazy on the inside. But mentally, you're ready for that situation. You deal with that situation. And when the situation is over and done with, and maybe you reflect on it, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? What could I have done differently? Right? But remaining focused and not panicking is such a key thing. Will you stop? I'm not petting you right now. But that's a huge part of it. Yes. Yeah, you're a good girl. But I just wanted to share that with you guys, because I think that was really, really important. And it's how we deal with things. It's how we focus. Every situation is different. How you deal with it's going to be different. You don't know what's going to happen, but trying to prepare yourself mentally for those type of situations, I think, is important. and how you're going to react. And if you find yourself, again, if you find yourself panicking, which is not what we want, take that deep breath. Take a couple of seconds. Take that deep breath and refocus. And then get that clear mind and do what you need to do. Okay? So, just thought it was important to share that information. That's why I decided to do this video right now about that. And I hope you guys are enjoying the fire. I just recently fed it. And it looks like one of the pieces has decided to... Let's see. Oh, yeah. Push that back. I guess not. Anyway. Now it's not laying up against the glass. So it's snowing here at the homestead today. Got a nice little steady snow going. And, you know, that's how it's cold, but there's no wind. But you know, that's what we deal with. But anyway, guys, listen. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope to see you all tonight. I don't know what the topic is going to be yet for tonight. I have to sit down and figure that out really quickly. But hopefully we'll have a good discussion, and we will go from there. So I hope this helps. I definitely want to hear your feedback on this video. Please like, comment, and share. Again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. Okay? I will see you all tonight. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Enjoy the Super Bowl for those of you who are going to watch. I think it'll be a fun game. I think it'll be a real fun game. So hopefully it's close. I hate blowouts. Blowouts suck. It just makes it no fun to watch. So anyway, I think it's going to be a close game. So anyway, have a great day. I will see you all tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and I'll see you later. Remember, guys, we are all in this together. That's important to remember. One race called the human race. Let's focus on that. Secondly, make sure you hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really important we tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel. And the last but not least, STD. Step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only person that will stop you from reaching those goals is you. Nobody else will stop you. Stay positive, stay away from negativity, and you're going to be just fine. Don't listen to those people that tell you what you cannot do. Show them what you cannot do. There's a big difference between wishes and goals. Okay? Goals are something that you set and you work towards. A wish in one hand and poop in the other. Let's see which one fills up first, right? It's a good analogy. But if you set goals, make those goals happen. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.